Oh, I love it. Wow. I really like that one. That's the kind of music. Well, I like all kinds of music, but that one is the first time I've ever played it, first time I've ever picked it. And I just like it. Yes, there were a couple of filings. I made a filing and I see that the defendant filed, the judge has not filed yet, but the defendant, I've got to say this, filed another 20 pages calling it a supplemental. It was exactly inside of the exhibits, the same exhibits that she filed the last, I believe it the last time. I'm talking about the email correspondence, the 10 or 12 pages. It's a duplicate. I kid you not. And she's calling it something new. The same thing. And she leads with the same recycled yes. Is one thing. Okay, so you did that. Now she calls herself bringing it back in front of the judge as an attention. It's not something new. That is what I will say. In disguise. I mean, really, you can take a look at it. And then at the very end, she attaches one extra exhibit that I see. She's trying to sneak something by the judge. I know what she's playing. This is an absolute, I'm going to call it what I think it is. It's a shell game with her address. Now she sends a mailing to the court from a Michigan address. So she's got a Michigan, she has a Phoenix, she has Wyoming, she has California, she has Delaware, she has this, she has that. I know the game she is trying to play with this court, and it has to do with jurisdiction. That's what I think is going on here. And she is absolutely trying to move things around and cause so much confusion until, and I'm going to say this, take it, just take it in, I'm just saying it. She's causing so much confusion inside of the court, I think, with my case, so that when anyone reads it, including others that are talking about my case and haven't thoroughly read the case, they even think that, if I'm not mistaken, that even when I have filed 100 pages, that it must be something unnecessary. The last 100 plus pages that were filed by me were in response to the denial when I filed motion for leave to file a supplemental pleading. When I filed it the first time, I believe that was ECF 119. I think, I'm just trying to remember off the top. I did only file what was new that was not acceptable under Rule 15D, I needed to also refile my entire complaint to make it whole. And if you remember, my complaint, which included exhibits, I'm talking about my initial filing, ECF number 1, was 83 pages, single spacing, all right, including the exhibits. So if I were to refile everything that was new, put it in order that the judge now requires double spacing for the federal court is the guideline. If you take the 83 pages and add everything in that I need to, it is going to be well over 100 pages. That was necessary. Absolutely necessary. I am not in the habit of just drafting up long dissertations just to fill a void so that the judge has to go through. I am not into just filing duplicate exhibits just so the clerks in the courts have to go through things. This defendant has been briefed, told about rehashing, and that was the phrase that the judge used. Rehashing the same things over and over again. She just ignored it. And she put it in because she wants to create a paper trail. She doesn't care what the judge has to say about that. She takes her chances. She just wants it to be out there on the record so that people see it again and again. No, I am not mad at all. I'm not. This has to do with I'm the plaintiff, she's the defendant, and I can see the abuse that's going on right now with the court, with the record, and what she is trying to do to cause unnecessary work. That's what it is. Unnecessary work, not just for the court, because when she piles it on like that, the judge has already said, basically, if someone files a motion, the response should be almost in kind. You know, like if someone files 50 pages, if I were to respond with 1 page, that's just like, what is that? But it's not tit for tat either. But I do and have had to respond. Anybody else who has the case of their own, if they have never gotten pages and pages that they've had to respond to, then it is easy for anybody to say, why all the pages? Why all the filing? I side with you on that point. Like, why? But you have an experience that goes for anyone who's dealing with this defendant in the court, hasn't dealt with this person now for over a year in the filings. A lot of the legwork has already been done. It has been. Period. So this is not just done just to be doing it. I want this case to move forward. Yes. Yes. So if people don't understand this, and sometimes people are mischaracterizing what they think my case is about. When I filed in the beginning, I never named another person. I said it was Danielle Robertson, and I listed all of these aliases of hers, not all of them, but I listed enough. And then I said, and Jane Doe's 1 through 10. The first person to appear was John Doe. Then Jane Doe came a few days later. And it was a flurry of filings by two different, I will call them entities at once. I don't know about you, but this is my first time filing a lawsuit in federal court. And at that time, it was like being fire hosed, one after one, after one after one, like back to back, 2 against 1, back to back. So, of course, I'm trying to respond to Jane and I'm trying to respond to John. Okay? So it would look like one person is filing a lot of this or that, compel this, respond to this motion. Wow, what's going on? You didn't even know about John Doe. And this case is moved along with some starts and some stops and some pauses and delays and stays caused primarily by the defendant, who is still non-compliant. Still non-compliant. We'll leave that as 1. You can take everything I said and put it into number 1. 2, my case is not just right now about getting the identity of Danielle Robertson. That's a step, a necessary step. That's a legal step. In litigation, there's rules. And the judge has said in filings that she can't have it both ways. The sword and the shield to hide her identity. We're up to ECF, I believe it is 135. So she is participating in this process substantively. Even now, with realms of pages, without knowing who she is, her identity. I'm not going to tell you everything else that'll come up after what I filed, but I did file this. Plaintiff's motion to compel and enforce compliance with the court's orders and application for order to show cause and hearing. I'll just read this first part. Plaintiff Sabrina Evans, proceeding pro se, respectfully moves the court for enforcement of its orders requiring defendant Danielle Robertson to disclose her legal name and postal address, and for issuance of an order to show cause with a hearing why defendant should not be held in civil contempt for continued non-compliance, and so on. She's calling this a notice of a supplemental filing. Oh my goodness. Exhibit A, plaintiff's email correspondence with the U.S. Copyright, and Exhibit B, Copyright Office refusal letter. The same. As a matter of fact, what she filed is 20 pages. 1, 2, 3. Basically 3 pages. Then her certificate of service with address. So that's 4 pages. And then she puts all of these emails back up. It's the same ones. Same. You've seen the same thing. The exact same thing. It says it's a notice in support of her motion to dismiss. This came after. This was filed on January 7th, 2 days after she was supposed to file her name, legal name, and postal address. It's the same thing. It's the same. All of this. It's the same. She talks about joinder. It's the same thing. And she calls it a notice, and she doesn't ask for anything. No relief requested. It's just a notice submitted solely for court's awareness. This is not a motion requesting any affirmative relief. It's just saying, and this is my opinion, that she's saying to the court, hey, I'm over here. Look, in case you missed ECF number whatever it was that she filed, where she put those emails, I'd have to look to be precise. Recently, her last one, I believe, or close to last. She's just saying, look, in case you missed it, Your Honor, I'm going to show you the same 15 pages over again. Exactly. And there's really nothing much to this. This is just notice. Solely for awareness. Like this is some type of public service announcement. That's why you hear it in the tone of my voice, because this is just, you talk about redundancy. I hope the court looks at this and sees it for what it is. It's repetition. She has done this throughout this trial or this case. And it's become annoying just to see it like that. No one lives here in Michigan. She doesn't live in Michigan. She's all over. She wants to try to set something up in Michigan. Oh, I know what you're trying to do, Danielle. And name, address, catch me if you can. I'm over here. Move the shell around. I'm over there. Move this around. That's what it is to me. It's like, can't pin this person down. The court should be able to see through this. But again, what it makes it appear to the court and to others who look at this, anyone, they're going to say the things that they're saying. Some of it, yeah, I get it. But some of it, withstanding, if people don't know what my case is about, I did not put any others in my case by their name, by their channel name. When people say, in the beginning, didn't you do? No, I didn't. The first time that other person's name appeared was because of the defendant. We can go to the filing. And once things are put in, it's called a response. But this person is fighting really, really, really hard in my case because there's an order before her. And it's not just about identity. I was saying number 2. It's not just about her identity. So for people out there saying, oh, she only wants identity, that's not true. Right now, the judge has ordered that. People want to seem to hammer that home. Yes, that is very important. It's essential. It's essential in my case. But in addition to that, I'm asking for the same thing in terms of monetary compensation and a number of things. So it's not one-fold. People aren't reading. They're not looking. They're just assuming based on what this defendant is putting out there. That's just facts. Because when I hear it, it's like, no, that's not right. And nothing is dumb or stupid or frivolous about my case. People can put it on a post. They're going to do that. If it wasn't so, she wouldn't be hiding and evading from the court. Period. I'm still fighting where I'm at. As of today, more. But I don't have to respond to not a notice. But I really do hope the judge takes note. She puts that as a notice, but just stuffs. It's like stuffing the ballot. That's how I see it. Because it was absolutely unnecessary to file a notice to say, hey, look over here in case you missed it in ECF, whatever the number was. That's why I say I just hope that someone catches it and sees it for what it is. For what it is. It's a delay tactic. The more the judge has to, review things, or the clerks have to go through things, it just adds up, and it makes it appear as if now, it's risen to the level of people getting like not another one. And then that can rub off. It can affect the entire case, because that's what her goal is. Her goal is only one goal. Her only one goal is to win. She doesn't care how it has to happen. She just wants to win. There's no other word. Nothing else. Is not magical. She'll take a win any way she can get it, no matter how messy, what she has to say to do it, who she has to throw under the bus to do it, whatever she has to throw across, down the hall, wherever. It doesn't matter to her because she's anonymous. And so a win for her looks like this: a dismissal without ever having to reveal her identity at all. That will be a win for her. That's what a win would look like. That's why she's doing everything she can possibly do to get it just like that. Not yet. But now it is time to say good night. Right? Did I find my... Oh, yes, I did. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Be safe and have a pleasant night's rest.
All my friends know the low rider. The low rider is a little higher. Low rider drives a little slower. Low rider is a real goer. Hey. Low rider knows every street, yeah. Low rider is the one to meet, yeah. Low rider don't use no gas now. Low rider don't drive too fast. Take a little trip, take a little trip, take a little trip and see. Take a little trip, take a little trip.